in the table, but it is very important also to advance the advocacy of civil society level through the technical and also how making the data voices in the community. I wanted to show that in Indonesia we have more than 10,000 licenses in the mining sector, but just 5,000 to be the clean and clear. Clean and clear, it means that they are not overlapping with other concessions. They pay revenue to the governments, and also they have a legal permitted from the local governments. They are also a terrible problem in the subnational level, where the decentralization of mining licenses is very terrible, as they making a very broadly impact to the environments. I want to show one of example that civil society using the okay, we got it. This is the one example that we use the GIS data when the government put the one portal map as the action plan in the open government partnership lies, like Mr. Kuntoro said this morning, so that we check there, we combine the mining licensing in the one area in West Kalimantan. We compare the mining, plantation, especially palm oil, and also the lodging. We can see that the brown one is mining, and the timber is in pink, and green is the forest itself. And we can check if we check the one example, we can see, because the information of company and the information of lands and the area is cannot be accessed by civil society to the government. But through the spatial transparency that we make in this portal to be the advocacy platform of civil society, we print this concession, for example, in the one. Okay, let me see the one concession of mining. We know that there the PT Melio Ratu Abadi and the total area in there, and we can see how many people poor in that area. Sorry, maybe the loading is. For example, we also put in the Kapuas Hulu district, there are 23,000 people poor in there. And and even they are the potential of revenue from the in the Kapuas Hulu is more than 69 billion rupiah. But the potential loss, why we use the potential loss in here in the context of EITI data, they just provide the payment to the government, but there are no data of the potential payment. So we compare and we use this based on the regulation of land tax, and we calculate how potential revenue should come to this district, and how the realizations and how many the potential loss of this revenue from each district in West Kalimantan. This is the one example platform that civil society using the open data to advocate in the natural resource sector. And we just finished this portal last 2 weeks ago, and we will use this to check how Lapor of Indonesia working to respond this report, so that we can see that the potential loss from each district and blah blah blah, and so that's. And the other thing that we can read from this portal, for example, the overlapping concessions. For example, we click the mining and timber concession, we can see and click, and there are the overlapping between Unggul Karya Inti Jaya in the timber company, and Yamabudi Palaka in the mining company, especially they are in the nickel commodity. And this West Kalimantan is the biggest nickel producer in Indonesia. And there are also the big, many local business concession in the palm oil sector in there. For example, if we want to, maybe we can more experience in also the overlapping in the palm oil and also in the lodging itself. Thank you. I think that's the one of experience in the program. Thank you.
Thank you.